Peace and unity to you and your family. I am John Peter Mutugi, a seminarian from the Diocese of Embu, currently studying here in St. Thomas Aquinas Seminary. Welcome to our today's Doctrinal Reflection on the theme, Heaven, Hell, and Purgatory. Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, today we reflect on quite an enigmatic topic on heaven, hell, and purgatory. Also to speak, as Fulton Sheen called it, the drama of the divine love. But in our time, a curious distortion has emerged. Many people, when we listen to many popular radio hosts, many spiritual influencers, and even many theologians, want to dismiss this topic. They want to create a heaven of a kind. They want to mean that hell is superstitious. But the truth of the matter is, these are realities. The church has taught us that heaven, hell, and purgatory indeed exist because God has revealed it to us. The church in our wisdom has fastened that these realities indeed, they are there. But the church does not do that to frighten us. No, but to make us aware that indeed we must take accountability of our life. And therefore, it is good we start with the first reality, which is heaven. Archbishop Fulton Sheen calls heaven a perfect union with God, that after the pilgrimage life on earth, the soul that was created in the image and likeness of God is always longing to meet its master. And therefore, when this soul meets its master, then we call that heaven. And that means that my heaven can start here on earth, but it will be actualized in totality when I meet God. This is what St. Thomas of Aquinas will refer to as the beatific vision. And therefore, as John Paul II puts it well, that it is the intimacy with God, the total union with God. But if heaven is the total union with God, then hell must be a rapture. It must be a division whereby a soul totally denies the love of God. And therefore, many people have put it that it is God who casts people to hell. That is not true. That is a distortion of faith, because God has created every human being with freedom. And therefore, if I choose not to be loved by God, if I choose not to love God, then there can be an eternal choice of isolation from God. And this is what we call hell. Dear brothers and sisters, we have purgatory. But what is purgatory? When we go and read the Psalms 24 in particular, it asks a good question. Who will climb the mountain of the Lord? And the psalmist responds, it is the clean of hands and the pure of heart. But sincerely speaking, who can claim to be of clean hands and pure heart? Perhaps Mother Teresa, perhaps John Paul II, perhaps Padre Pio was a mystic, perhaps even the martyrs. But those are glorious exemptions. What about me and you? We are struggling each day to become righteous. And therefore, because God is eternally gracious and merciful, because God always does not want anybody to get lost, He wants us one day to be saved. And that is why there is purgatory. So what is purgatory indeed? It has been called by Pope John Paul II a condition where the soul is purified of the little stains of sin. Because remember, just as I've said, heaven is for the clean of hands and the pure of heart. And therefore purgatory is for those people, for those souls, that yes, one dies in a state of grace, but still the soul is contaminated with some few stains of sin. And therefore, the fire of love of God purifies and purges this soul so that it can merit heaven. And therefore, indeed, it is true that heaven, hell, and purgatory exist. And therefore, my dear Christians, what is our takeaway home? Life is a drama of divine love. Heaven is the goal, hell is the warning, but purgatory is the hope that each one of us can be healed of our wounds. We are not spectators in this life, but we are active participants. Every choice we make Every act we make, every grace we encounter matters. Let us take advantage of the grace of God, participate with Him, so that we can have that eternal joy with Him. Let us live in heaven with our hearts. Let us free from pride of hell, and let us embrace the purification that God has always esteemed for us, so that finally we can say like the psalmist, I am of clean hands and I am of pure heart. Indeed, the family that prays together stays together.